Hi, I'm Nadia, one half of the Wealth Twins, and today I'm going to share with you 6 money habits that will help you retire early. None of these are theory. Everything I'm going to share with you is something that I've personally done or I continue to do that helped me retire at the age of 35. Each of these habits are simple to add into your everyday life, and with consistency, they have the power to help you retire within 10 years or less. I started my financial journey with less than $1,000 in my bank account, a credit score of 600, and living in New York City. If I can do it, you can too. So let's jump into it. Money habit number 1, use debt to help you retire early. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say, how can you give us the advice of using debt if we want to retire early? Well, hear me out. The reason why I'm telling you to use debt is because debt can be your friend. I know a lot of people tell you that debt is a bad thing to do, especially when you're trying to reach financial independence or retire early. But if you use debt wisely, it can be a great partner to help you retire early. I want you to use debt as leverage. When using debt as leverage, I want you to use debt as a way to acquire assets that will make money for you. Assets like buying multifamily properties will allow you to retire quicker. Try to stay away from using debt like credit card debt or buying a single family house. Those are not assets. There are ways that you can use credit cards as leverage, but the best thing for you to do if you choose to go that route is to pay off those credit cards as soon as possible. Debt is a tool that anyone can use to increase their wealth and retire early. The key thing that you need to remember is that you need to use debt responsibly and use it in ways that will help you multiply the effectiveness of the money you have now. Money habit number 2, have a high savings rate. A savings rate is the amount of money that you're saving each week or each month. When pursuing early retirement, you should strive to save at least 50% of your income. Now, I know this may seem hard, but when you get into practice, it actually becomes a lot easier. You don't have to start off saving 50% or more, but what you can do is start saving little by little and start increasing the percentage of your paycheck that you save on a regular basis. You could start off at 10%, but if you can't, I want you to start off with a minimum of 25% and bump that up to 50%. And if you're already at 50%, try to bump it up to 75%. Now, I know this may seem impossible, but it is quite possible for anyone to save 75% of their pay. It may take some adjustments in your living situation. Maybe you have to move in with a roommate or multiple roommates. But if you make this a priority, this will help you not only reach early retirement, but help you stay in retirement comfortably. Having a high savings rate is almost like having a superpower. If you have the skill to live below your means, retiring early almost becomes effortless. When you live below your means, make sure it's something that you can sustain. I don't want you to be miserable. It's quite possible to save 50, 75% of your pay and still live the life you want. You just have to be more creative. Now, this next habit may sound counterintuitive, but I want you to buy what you want. It comes with a disclaimer. I want you to be frugal, but not cheap, okay? When you start saving at a high savings rate, you're gonna be tempted to not buy things. And if you buy something, you may buy the cheaper version of it. But in the end, it will actually cost you a lot more money. So I want you to be frugal. Buy what you want and something that you know you will use and you appreciate, but don't go cheap on it. This requires you to understand what's important to you and what's not. You save money on the things that are not important to you, and you spend on the things that are important to you. This allows you to keep up with your high savings rate and be happy at the same time. It also allows you to not play keeping up with the Joneses. What you choose to spend your money on is based on what you prioritize in your life and what matters to you, not what matters to someone else. Maybe buying an expensive car means nothing to you, but you much rather use that money on something that does matter to you, like possibly going on nicer vacations. It makes you zero in on what's important to you and what you want in your life. There's no judgment. Just make sure that you are prioritizing your spending based on what's important to you and not what is important to others. You will become a better consumer and more responsible with your money if you start implementing this habit into your everyday life. Which brings me to my next money habit, and that is making your purchases based on value. When you start making your purchases based on value, your money will go a lot further, and you will be more likely to keep and use what you actually bought. Now, I'm not asking you to start couponing or anything like that, but you should start using value as a priority when it comes to your purchases over price. Buying based on value is not always the quickest process, so instant gratification may not happen, but you will appreciate what you buy because you've done your research and known that you got the best deal for your money. When you buy based on value, you give yourself the opportunity to practice discipline. You're practicing the discipline of delaying gratification, and you're practicing the discipline of conscious decision making. Both of these can help you in the long term, and especially when you want to pursue early retirement. Now, this money habit is one of the simplest ones to start implementing because it can be automated and done for you. And this money habit is make investing easy for yourself. One of the tools that you have in your toolbox when it comes to retiring early is investing. Now, you can choose to invest in the stock market, you can choose to invest in the real estate market, or any other venture. But you need to make it easy on yourself and do it on a consistent basis. Now, one of the ways I was able to do this is link my savings account to a brokerage account. This allowed me to make investing easy and reduce friction. If you're able to link your checking or savings account to an investment account like a brokerage account, I suggest you do that sooner than later. The sooner you can start investing in the market, the quicker you can have compounding work in your favor. Time in the market is more important than timing the market. So the longer you can have your money in the market growing for you and working in your favor, the quicker you can reach early retirement. And this doesn't even have to be a habit. You can set this up automatically so you take yourself out of the picture and it's one less habit that you have to develop. If you need suggestions on how to do this, we made several videos on the topic and I'll link it at the end of this video. Find a partner or spouse who has the same values when it comes to money as you do. We all know the statistic that the biggest factor when it comes to ending a marriage is finances. If you want to retire early, you can reach that goal faster when you have a partner who has the same mindset when it comes to money. You don't want to be in a relationship and try to reach financial independence or early retirement if you have a partner or spouse on a different page. If one person is overspending and does not have the same priorities, it will cause a lot of disagreements in your relationship. Having a partner on the same financial page is one of the ways that really can help you reach financial independence and retiring early. You can do this alone, but it's a lot more fun when you have someone in your corner and who's doing it with you. If I were to narrow it down to the two habits that help me the most to reach early retirement, it would be investing and having a high savings rate. Now, why do I say that? With the habit of investing, especially if you make it automatic, you have the potential to bring in income to help supplement any money you have during retirement. With investing, you can start investing in instruments that would produce income for you. You can start investing in instruments like ETFs or index funds and provide yourself with a supplemental income. Now, when it comes to a high savings rate, having a high savings rate means that you're used to living below your means. And living below your means gives you the ability to have a financial cushion. We all know that life comes with changes, and having a financial cushion allows you to weather those changes better than not having that money on hand. If you have cash on hand, you give yourself more options and you give yourself more financial security. Both of those habits can be intimidating to put into place, but with the right resources, you can increase your knowledge and become a successful saver and a successful investor. That's why Nicole and I created Wealth Twins, because we want to share our knowledge to help others reach financial freedom and financial independence. If you want to learn more ways on how to increase your wealth and your knowledge about building wealth, make sure you join our newsletter called The Wealth Pack. We teach different tips and tactics that we don't share on YouTube, and we make sure, just like a pack, that no one's left behind. Early retirement is a financial goal, and it's a great one, but I want you to be easy on yourself. If it takes you longer to reach retirement than you had planned to originally, it doesn't matter. Reaching retirement is a major milestone that a lot of people don't get the chance to experience. So you should congratulate yourself. And you should also congratulate yourself that you're on the road to reaching that milestone. It is my firmest belief that anyone who can implement these 6 habits can retire early. It doesn't matter if you failed in the past or you're starting late. Consistency is what matters. Each of these habits are simple, but they're not very easy. But I'm telling you now, with consistency and step-by-step trying to get better every day, every month, or every year, you will retire early if you put these into practice in your life. If you ever thought that retiring early was out of your reach, please do me a favor and try to implement these habits as soon as possible. Then see where you are a year from now and you'll be amazed. Retiring early can be overwhelming, But if you just take it step by step and keep it simple, you will be able to leave the rat race. Overall, maintaining financial discipline through the use of habits is important when you want to retire early. By sticking with the 6 money habits shared in this video, you have increased your chances of reaching your goal of retiring early. So please take the time to implement these habits now and you'll be thankful for it later. I hope you found the info in this video helpful. And please subscribe to the channel because we would love to have you as part of our community.